friends, this is Aldie, and today I want to share with you 5 reasons why minorities fail. Now, I don't usually cover this type of video because I don't like to include the subject of race. But everywhere I go, I tend to be the only colored person in the room. And when I go to restaurants and when I go to stores, I wonder, where are the colored people at? Where are the minorities? And why am I the only person here? Now, I've come up with 5 reasons why I believe minorities fail. And if you understand this video and apply the concepts I will share with you in your life, then you will begin to break through and be able to achieve your highest goals. The first reason why minorities fail is because they carry too much culture. And what I'm basically saying is that the way they look, the way they smell, the way they behave in public isn't as accepted as they think it is. In other words, they carry a certain tradition in a certain way that might be offensive to the majority of people that they meet. A lot of people don't normally know that they carry this level of self-pride. It takes a series of losing opportunities for people to finally realize that that was the reason they haven't been able to advance. Now, I'm not saying that you need to lose your religion or cut off all your traditions, but you need to understand the parameters that most people expect when you enter certain environments. For example, I was born and raised in New York City, so I grew up understanding urban culture. But once I moved to suburbia in central Pennsylvania, I realized that I couldn't wear baggy clothes anymore. I realized that the way I was thinking, dressing, and acting was killing my chances of success in the marketplace. Now, you have to decide what it is that you want to do. If you wear a turban or you have dreadlocks, I'm not saying you need to cut them off or remove it. What I am saying is that you need to understand that it has a huge impact on how people will react to you. So you need to make a decision and ask yourself, am I too cultured for the majority of people that I'm dealing with? Now, I know some people might say, oh, Daniel, you're whitewashed. I'm not cutting my hair to be adjusted to the way other people think about me. I'm not conforming to a certain level of standards. What I'm saying, my friends, is that you need to make a decision based on your future. If you think that the way you act, the way that you look, the way that you're currently thinking is going to benefit you, then continue to do it. Conversely, if you realize that these changes can actually help you, then you know exactly what you need to do. The second reason why minorities fail is because they lack fundamentals. If you are coming from a different country, or your parents are coming from a different country, you might not understand the system as someone whose ancestors were living here generation after generation. And so therefore, you need to build the fundamentals. You need to understand how things work. The politics, the educational system, the roads, the laws, the taxes. Once you understand the fundamentals, you'll be able to gravitate toward the success that you actually want. Now, once you understand that system, you need to get with other people that understand that system. Sometimes minorities tend to group up with other minorities and it kills their chances of success. Make sure to realize that you're greater than your culture. You can go out and mingle with different cultures and understand different environments with different people with different philosophies. Don't just stick to one culture. Don't just stick to one way of thinking. Go out there and experience the fullness of your land. The third reason why minorities fail is because they have little support. You see, a lot of times when a minority person wants to go do something big, their family might not understand what it is that they're actually trying to pursue. And this is not only for minorities, this is for all people. Sometimes if someone says, I want to do something big, their minority parents might say, hey, you know what? You should just go to school, get good grades, and get a job. And they will recommend a certain path that they need to pursue. But my friends, what I'm saying is this. You need to find support from other people outside of your family. You need to find a bigger support system that will allow you to become a greater version of yourself. Sometimes you might face difficulties from other minorities. You might think, hey, you know what? I'm a minority, and maybe other minorities might like me. But the fact is that sometimes they might even hate you more. Or sometimes they might actually be jealous. So if you see someone who's a minority, don't just think, oh yeah, they'll accept me because I'm brown. They'll accept me because I'm white. They'll accept me because I'm black or I'm Asian. You have to understand that everyone thinks differently. So what I'm basically saying is this. find the support that you need. It could be anyone, from any background, from any religion, from any color, any age, any shape, and any kind of smell, any kind of look, any kind of culture. Don't ever eliminate anyone who's willing to support you on your goals. The fourth reason why minorities fail is because of their appearance. But not just the way they look, it's the attitude they come with when they have a certain look. So what I'm basically saying is that if a person reinforces a stereotype that the majority believes, then that means that they're canceling themselves out of that potential opportunity that they may be pursuing. So what I'm basically saying, if you have a certain smell, or a certain name, or a certain way of dressing, or a certain accent that's easily detectable, you're playing into the stereotypes by acting like the person that they expect you to be. And so once you become categorized as that type of person, you get treated in a certain way. When I tend to go out, most people cannot figure out my religion, my race, my age, my occupation. Because I don't set myself up to look a certain way. I set myself up to appear like Daniel Alley. I set myself a certain style, a certain way of talking, a certain way of behaving. And now because I've set up my own style, people can now ask me questions. People now want to learn about me. People now want to hear my story. Make sure to set yourself up for success. And don't just borrow the habits, the cultures, the routines that your ancestors or traditions have taught you. The fifth and biggest reason why minorities fail is because they have excuses. Now, I really believe that minorities could be so much further, could be so much better if they put away the excuses. But you won't believe how many times I've heard people say, oh, it's because I'm a woman, I can't get that job. Or I can't get into that building because I'm brown. Or I can't do this because my eyes are slanted and people automatically judge me for being Korean. My friends, all of these are excuses. Because what it comes down to is this. The world is not judging you based on your color. If you could do the job, the world will recognize you for that skill. It will recognize you for your talents. It will recognize you for your efforts. And a person who's a minority can easily outwork someone who's a majority. Yes, it's true you might have to work a little bit harder, but it doesn't mean that you've lost all hope. Now, if you're the only colored person in your environment, and I've been there before, that means you have to work a lot harder. You have to accept that. You have to understand that you're different. But that also means that other opportunities can easily open up for you. Because the universe understands exactly what you need. And if you're that 1%, you're that rare person that people don't normally see, that means you have a chance to be different. That means you have a chance to win people over who actually do want to know about you. You don't need to focus on all the reasons why you can't get that job, or why you can't get into a certain place, or why you can't do a certain thing. What you need to do is focus on the results that you want. Focus on the reasons you're going to succeed. Focus on what you need to do in order to reach your next level of success. Alright my friends, I shared with you 5 reasons why minorities fail. I didn't mean to offend anyone in this video. All I mean to do is help you to realize the changes that you need to make to become successful. My friends, this is Daniel Alley, and I hope you really enjoyed this message. Share it with someone else you know can highly benefit from it, and please comment in the section below. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that notification button. Of course, check me out on Instagram because I have so much more culture that I want to show you. My friends, this is Daniel Alley, and I'll see you at the next level.